As Volvo 5-cylinder white block motors have aged a little bit, it's become a lot more common for people to want to do some DIY work on them, and for good reason. They're pretty easy to work on if you have the right tools. Here's a couple different tools that we carry, what their uses are, and why you might want it.
Mostly, the service that you're going to want to undertake yourself is probably going to be timing belt work and the pieces that are involved with the timing belt work. We've had tools for years, and we wanted to show you what the differences are between them and why there are strengths to some and weaknesses to some. This is our oldest tool that we have, which very simply is just a lock that goes between the two cam gears on the front of the engine. Now this is fine if all you want to do is change the timing belt because it locks the gears in place. It doesn't work so well if you want to replace the seals behind the timing gears, or if you have a car that has variable valve timing solenoids, which most of the 99 and new models do. This here is the crank lock tool, which you can use with a large breaker bar to break loose the large bolt on the front of the engine so that you can take that apart. If you have air tools, you may not need this tool, as you can probably just use a large impact gun to rattle this bolt loose. If you don't have air tools and you need to use a breaker bar to get the engine to hold still, this tool is indispensable.
Moving on to some more advanced jobs, we have this tool here. Now this is a subset of the larger Volvo kit that is the kind of professional level one. This one becomes very, very handy if you're doing the more advanced jobs like timing belts on the 99 plus cars that have the variable valve timing, as Ken mentioned. Additionally, they're very, very useful if you're doing work on the front cam seals or just any other work. This will take the place of that front cam locking tool by locking this in the rear. It actually goes on the back of the motor. Now in some cars you'll have to remove some stuff here to get to it, but that's a pretty minor job. And then this has little teeth and it's adjustable in length, so it'll fit a variety of motors. And this locks back here into these little slots here and keeps the cams themselves locked in place. So that way you don't have to worry about anything moving when you're doing a timing belt job, or if you're removing the front cams, the gears to replace these seals back here, or any other work. Now this one's a little more expensive, but still very easy to take for the average DIY guy. If you have a couple of these cars or you plan on keeping these cars for a while, this tool is indispensable. Again, as I mentioned, it's adjustable, fits a couple different models, pretty much everything with the aluminum motors. Has pieces to adapt it to some of the different ones to fit better, comes with the bolts that thread through them into here to keep everything locked in place.
All these tools are available on our website, ipdusa.com.